for ADs that maybe like me have the same sort of background, and you get stuck in the day-to-day of making sure the games are going, making sure the referee, all of that, we'll call it executive functioning type stuff. This is really what I wanted, and I think many people want. It's the ability to talk to kids, right? And it gives me a sense that, maybe if our teams have a level of success, while yes, I'm not their coach and don't try to be their coach, but in some regard, I'm helping coach these kids. Not in obviously the sport way, but just in the mental way, which we all know is a big part of sports and a big part of what we do on an everyday basis. So I am getting to coach. It's just different, right? And a lot of times I'll meet with these kids, and it also will help me, I guess, feel confident enough, if you will, that to speak with them on one-on-one. So some of those kids in there, they'll be in my office and another day, and we're having different types of conversations based on what I witnessed on the field versus what they learned in that group. And if there's a disconnect, how do we reconnect it? And if I see something great, I'm making sure that I tell them that. I knew that they had all of the physical abilities to be successful, but I could clearly tell that some of the mental part of the game, if you will, they were lacking. And I include leadership in that. So I felt like if I didn't do something, or at least work to do something to educate them on that side of the equation, that this was a group that would probably underachieve. It sort of spurred me to reach out to you and figure out what more could I do with the constraints that I have, whether it be schedule or whatnot. And we talked more about the Champions program, and I felt that a lot of the things that I think about just never really had the ability to sit down and focus, and you kind of already did that. So it, for me, in this position where it can be very day-to-day or very sort of running around with my hair on fire, not that I have a lot of it, it sort of helped me. It gave me a focus, and it made me think that I could do this. Sometimes in our positions as athletic directors, we act more like firemen than we do like educators, and that's the nature of what we do. And for a lot of us, it's maybe what we love about the position, but it also holds us back, I think, to what we can look at beyond, outside of just running the trains on time. Being a lifelong teacher and coach, being so-called in the classroom or on the sidelines is something that's always felt very comfortable for me, and an area that I had always wanted to add to my repertoire in this position, meaning wanting to have an athletic leadership group and finding a way to figure out how I could fit it not only into my schedule, but into the kids' schedule and everything that they have on them. In an administrative role, it's easy to get detached from the kids, from the coaches. And in some regards, some ADs, the way their roles are structured, that's who they are. They're administrators. One of the things I've always loved about my position here in my school is the fact that while I am administrative and do sort of live in that world, I have the ability and of working with kids, which that's why I got into this profession and did for so long. I think one of the big things that holds athletic directors back to doing what we've done is you look at it and you don't have time, right? It does come down to that, right? Where the bulk of your work, if you're going to put this together, probably has to happen when you get home from work, because we just don't have time in the day. And when you get home from work, and for many of us, it's 8, 9, maybe even 10 o'clock at night. You don't have the bandwidth at that point to think deep and to really dive into what you want. At least I don't. If people do, God bless them. But so you have created a program that sort of, uh, in some regard, already did that for me, right? And I can pick and choose how to use it however I so want. So what I would tell an AD is the work that we struggle to do, you've kind of done for us, and then we figure out how to tailor it best to our community. You've taken a level of ownership that I greatly appreciate, and in my mind, it's far more valuable than whatever it costs. My name is Chris Schmidt. I'm the athletic director at Nipmuc Regional High School in Upton, Massachusetts, and we are a Champions 101 school.